Albert, you're with the ops account?
Yes.
All right. Okay. Yeah, let's kick it off, and we'll admit people as they're still coming in. But hi everyone, let me first put you all. 1 second. All right. So hi everyone. First of all, hi, I'm Alex. I'm founding product manager here at Synthflow. This time I'll be alone. Sasun will not join, but hello, welcome, Jason. Mute. But this time I have Albert alongside me, one of the co-founders. And yeah, let's kick it through. Please, if you have questions, drop them into the chat. We'll take them one by one, but at the end of the session, we have a FAQ part, and we can talk more at the end of the call. Right, let's start. So the topic from today is the assistant teams features that we're going to release. But first, I would love to show you, without too much information, to show you the agenda for today. So I'm going to show you and talk about the assistant team features. What does it mean and what's the benefit of using it? Then we have a new Twilio feature. Not going to spoil too much on this one. And we're also going to talk about a few couple of features, better metrics, and some agency features for some special requests that we had in the last week. Then we're going to dive into the roadmap, as we usually do, and the last, we're going to the Q&A session at the end. Okay, let's start. So yeah, let's start with the assistant team feature. This is a feature that we've worked a bit, and we're quite proud of this because you can build assistance teams. You can have teams of assistants that can take different roles within a call, and by doing that, you can have specialized agents that can do one single thing and do it great. So imagine you have like the traditional IVR tool where you have to push 1, 2 on the phone and get redirected to a different department. It's the same thing, but without all the hassle that you would do. You just say, hey, I have a request about X department, and you can get transferred to that X department. So seamless as it sounds, and we'll do the demo as well. The idea is that in the composition of the system teams, you will need to have a leader, and under the leader, you have some sub-assistants. The leader will assign which sub-assistant will take place depending on the request from the user. So this is a really good, strong use case for building inbound assistant that can take different scenarios. So for example, you can have one assistant teams that can manage appointments for multiple locations. For a single team, you don't need more assistants to handle those. So for example, you have a dental cabinet, which I will show actually in the demo, and you have multiple locations for that dental cabinet. You don't need one single assistant for each location. You can have one team that can manage, depending on the request of the user, appointments for that specific address. Or a different scenario. Imagine that customer calls, inquires about a product. So instead of navigating a menu, then simply express the intent, I want to return a product, they're redirected to that. Or imagine that it's a real estate scenario. And during the lead qualification part, you're asking them, hey, are you planning to buy this with cash or with a loan? And if they say loan, you can tell them, okay, we can send you to our loan specialist directly. And that loan specialist is also an agent. 1 second, you are coming. Yeah, and this is it. And right now I'm going to dive directly into the demo. So probably this is more interesting as though. So let me refresh the page for a second. All right. So I'm going to show you how to create. I already have a demo set it up, so I don't do it right now with you, but I'm going to walk through how you can build it. So you see how easy it is. The first thing that you have to do is to get ready your assistant. So you have to create your assistants here. Go here by create and create assistants, inbound assistants, and so on. And you'll have them created first of all here, all of them, depending how many do you want in your team. Then you go here under teams and you'll see all your teams. But you click here, you create assistant team, you create it, you add a name to the team, you create that team. Here you'll be prompted to first select your assistant, your leader assistant. One important thing, the entire team uses only one phone number, the phone number of the assistant. So by doing so, you can have multiple assistants with a single phone number as well. This is also an important aspect to it. So for the leader, you'll need an assistant with a phone number to use it. So when you pick the assistant, you'll be able to pick any other sub-assistants, regardless if they have or they don't have a phone number, because they will inherit the phone number of the assistant. So let me just pick another one, Ellen, no, one that has, regardless that. Okay, so after you pick this, you'll pick the sub assistants here, and this is like building your team. So I have a team with one leader and 3 sub assistants. Now I click save, and I can see the entire team into the next step. Here I still need to accomplish a few things. I have to add a condition for the team leader assistant to know when to trigger, when to route to that specific sub-agent. So if it's like one of the sub-assistants manages location for a specific location, you should mention like when the user is interested into location X. Sorry for the misspelling here. And so on. If the user wants a loan or so on, you define those conditions. Those are basically if statements, so the team leader knows when to do the routing. After you do this, we can basically start a call. This is for inbound, by the way. You can add more assistants if you want. Here, you can remove them, but basically, this is it, how you set them up. You can go into each one and then edit each assistant one by one. But let's dive into the demo directly in the one that I had set up. All right, so this is a demo. It's a short one where I have a dentist cabinet. I have one leader and 3 sub-assistants. I will do multiple calls just to see, to show you how it works. So I have a dentist that has 2 locations, uptown, downtown, and also I have a sub-assistant that does specifically customer support. Let me test it. Actually, I should have named like more service kind of rather than customer support, but all right. Okay, going to call.
Hello, who am I talking to?
Hey, this is Alex.
Hi, Alex. How can I assist you today? Are you looking to book an appointment or do you need something else?
I want to book an appointment.
Great. Would you like to book it at our downtown or uptown location?
Downtown location, please.
Let me transfer you to our specialist.
Perfect. Downtown it is. Is this for a dental cleaning or a consultation?
Yeah, thank you. So I got routed to the downtown location. They have different voices. You can select different voices for them, or you can use the same voice, and the transition is seamless in between. Let me try it one more time, and let's do customer support now.
Hello, who am I talking to?
Hey, this is Alex.
Hi, Alex. How can I assist you today? Are you looking to book an appointment or do you need something else?
I want some customer support.
Let me transfer you to our specialist.
Of course, Alex. What specific issue can I help you with today?
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so the transition is smooth. It really doesn't feel like a lot. You can have the same voices if you want on the same sub-assistant. So it acts like one assistant, or you can have different voices as I had here. For reason I chose only, the other one was a male voice, but for those it had only female voices. But yeah, this is the feature. One phone number, multiple assistants that can have different roles and more specific roles, so they excel at what they're doing, either appointment bookings or support or lead qualification or just a different department at all. Let me move to the presentation. Please shoot your questions in the chat. We'll come back to that later on. Yes, thank you for this new Twilio feature. So some of you you have to bring your own Twilio, and this can become a hurdle for some. And those who are not existing customers, you had to bring your Twilio until now. What we're doing right now, you can buy your Twilio phone number through us directly. If you're familiar with Go High Level, it's a similar approach. So you don't need your Twilio account anymore if you don't want. It's still an option, but it's not mandatory. It's optional. You can buy as many phone numbers you want with us at a good fee also, I would say that. And that means that you can test out and use the app faster without all the hassle to add your Twilio account and so on. Let me show you as well. I need to change the workspace. I think this is the correct one. So yeah, to have this, to use this, you don't need to bring your Twilio. If you bring your Twilio, then it will not work. So either you bring your Twilio, either you buy the phone number for us. Let me go. Deployment. Here, select phone number, and you have the option to buy a phone number. You click buy a phone number, and you have multiple phone numbers that you can buy. For now, only US and Germany, but this is the first version of this feature, and you'll be able to choose for which state and so on in US later on. But right now, this is a quick solution, and we're working to improve this one. Yeah, this was a short demo actually, but you can buy phone numbers now. All right, let's move to the next step. Now we have some specific features, mainly for agencies, but the better metrics part will also involve the general users. So what we've done, and I'm going to show you, forgot to change the title of the slide. Better call history and export CSV. You'll be able to export through a CSV file all your call logs. I know this is something people requested quite a lot because they wanted to either build their own dashboards for KPI and stuff like that, or they just want to go through the data in a different manner. Bring your own intercom and support chat. This was quite requested. So for you to be able to improve the customer experience for your users, you can bring your own documentation link, so your sub-account users can access that, and also your own chat customer support, so your sub-accounts can directly talk to you in a direct manner. Let me show how you activate those. It's better to show always. So under the agency, you go to sub-accounts, support. It's a new tab here, and here it's simple. Just have to paste the link of the documentation, and it will be replaced with this one in this corner, in the left corner. And for the chat support, we only support right now intercom, the one that we have available right now. So you just have to bring your bearer token and you link it up here, and it will replace the one that we have, and it will make available for your sub accounts. All right. So this ends the part of showing off the features, and we're going to dive into the roadmap because it has been like 3 weeks, and we really plan to build a lot of things. Yes, so voice improvements. We're going to this is something we always work on, but what we really expect, we're going to release Llama 3. I think everyone's seen that. We're going to release it soon. It's already in test, and we're really amazed by the latency it provides. Then the assistant teams, we already shown you this. This is ready, and we'll just suffer a few changes, but it's on live and works. We're working already on the knowledge base. So I know this is something most of you requested, but we start working on it, and I think it will be released in the next couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks. Transfer call to human v2, not v0.2, where you'll be able to do a warm transfer as well, not only a cold transfer. So this is nice. Live webhook, it's something also quite requested. This will come tied with the knowledge base as in terms of prioritization. So this one should also come in the 2-3 weeks. Easy assistant builder for demos. This is really something nice that the team is cooking. For most of you that are agencies, you really need a way of demoing the solution to your clients when you're pitching or when you're trying to upsell. So we'll have an easy way for you to build an MVP kind of assistant in 3 steps only, so you can demo it to your customers. More probably into the next webinar on this, but it will be really easy.
I have one comment regarding the knowledge base. So in theory, you can also use the assistant teams as for knowledge base. So you basically can create the lead assistant, which has a broader knowledge, and sub-assistants who have more specialized knowledge. And by connecting them, you kind of create this assistant knowledge base. So that's also to utilize.
Thank you, Albert. Yeah, this is also a solution where with the assistant team, you can have like a branching logic where depending on the topic, you can have more in-depth knowledge into a specific assistant that the team can help you with. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Albert. Then we have Copilot v2. I know there are some issues with Copilot v1. It's slow, but we really have something cooking up on the v2, which will really improve the experience building prompts and good outcome prompts. This should happen next week, most likely. More AI assistant templates. I know we kept promising this. We stuck a bit there, but we're coming back with in this week and next week. This week, I think we're going to release the automotive template, and next week, I think I'm coming up with 2 industries. I'm going to see which industries we're going to release templates with. Black Label Agency Plan. This is already ongoing, but it's a big project, and we really want to take the time to make it right. So you'll be able to resell as an agency to agencies. This is coming. It just had a bit of friction there, and we really want to take our time with this. And Clone Your Voice, it's already live, but it needs a bit of improvement, and we'll go through that. All right. Yeah, this is it. Now we can get to the Q&A section. Albert, let me know if I missed something until we move on.
No, I'm just reading, and I also heard this question a lot when multiple languages will be available. This is a bit tricky because it requires lots of work from us, and we are working, already started, and making progress. So it will be available soon. I am having a bit hard time to say exactly when, but we are definitely working on it.
Yeah, thank you. And yeah, to add on top of that is why we don't rush with releasing other languages right now is because we really want to nail English, because if we nail this, it will be easier just to apply the same rules to the other languages. And to also give you news about the next languages that we're going to release in the first batch, when we're starting to release those, there will be German, Spanish, French, and I think Arabic. So those will be the first batch when we're going to release multi-languages. All right. Please raise your hand if you have questions, and you can please take the mic. Anyone who wants to break the ice?
Can I had a question around like using custom variables and custom names and stuff like that. I'm having a hard time. I'm using it as part of Zapier, where I'm trying to pass parameters from Zapier to the agents, and it never gets the name parameter or any of those like summary of my previous call parameters correctly. And it feels like I'm talking to agent without any memory, even though I'm providing it with the context and the name.
And we're talking about outbound, correct? The outbound type of assistant.
Yeah.
Right. We need to see the setup for that, but you have to pass the key and the value in the same field, and you need to pass it. Also, the same variable needs to be in Synthflow. But I think we can just write us, and we can debug it together. Thank you, Scott.
Yeah, about the for the agencies being able to bring over the customer the Stripe customer ID into the sub account. I know you were going to be speaking with Albert on that one. I don't know if he has anything to say, if there's a way that you guys are able to do that.
Yes, I think we can do that, but Albert, yeah,
Sorry.
what do you think?
I was busy with the chat. Could you kindly repeat the question?
Yeah. So being able to bring over the Stripe customer ID in the sub account. So if we build them in Go High Level, right? Because we have their being able to top off their funds within Go High Level. We don't want to ask for the card number for one. We want them to just be able to enter it in when they're checking out for our product. But then two, we don't want to have them put in their card information again. So I don't know if you guys could expose the ability for us to put in our Stripe customer ID into the sub account. That way, when they do become a customer and Go High Level and using you guys' API, we could just go in, pull the customer ID from Stripe via API, and then go in and plug it into their sub account when we create it via API, or even if it's just in the sub accounts settings, just so that we don't have to have them go enter their card into two different places.
Yes, I recall we discussed this, and we probably will try to release it next week. This week we won't make it, but next week, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Thank you, Scott. I'm going through the chat. Matteo, you asked about use cases. We have on our documentation, I think, a video about this, and you can just go look into that. There are multiple use cases that you can look into. Right, it is. So yeah, please check this out. It really boils down which use cases are most successful right now for our customers. Okay.
Alex, one quick question. Is there a way for an agent to call an API and collect some information while having one agent doing that and other having a conversation with the customer, like get me the status of my loan or something that through an API?
That's the live webhook feature. I'm presuming what you're referring to. During the call, you want to collect and trigger an API webhook to collect some data or do a backend action, correct?
Yeah, and let's say it's taking 30 seconds or 50 seconds to get the data. During that time, can the agent either have conversation or maybe a separate agent in bringing so that it doesn't feel blank, right? So
Yeah,
So understanding you want to bring the data back live during the call.
during the call, and
Yes, that will not be V1 for sure. You just can only trigger and have a separate action behind with the live webhook, but it's something where we're going to work on as probably more advanced knowledge base, where you can have like a dynamic data on that.
got it.
Yeah,
Got it.
exactly. So webhook is post-call processing, but we are already started on working on the actions during the call. So
Okay,
it would be possible soon.
awesome. All right, thank you.
Thank you. Scott?
Yeah, is there a way to put for these sub accounts to be able to set the permissions on the sub account level itself instead of just for all of the sub accounts? Because I've noticed, going in there, some clients we have where, they can come in and they could build an agent, right? And they could see the prompt and deployment and all that stuff. But there's also some clients that, we don't want them to have control over that because it's more of a done for you type service, right? So if, we have them log in, put in their card information, but we don't want them to have access to the assistant. So what I noticed is you only have the ability to set the permissions across all sub accounts and they all carry the same permissions. I think it would be nice if we could put that in the permissions, like maybe those are default permissions for the new
Yes.
sub accounts, but then you can create different ones.
Yes, no, actually, we have this on our agenda. I think William raised this last week. And yeah, no, you're right, because some accounts may act differently than the others, and you don't want to show them. No, this is a valid one. Thank you, George.
Yes, I was just wondering, I've just started with this here, excited about it, but I am at a loss. Is there any kind of help that I can get to get me started?
Yeah, for sure. Where did you get stuck?
Just trying to get it set up.
You're referring to assistants themselves or the team?
Yes, just creating my first assistant.
Yeah, the easiest way would be just to start with a template, right, Alex? Maybe you can.
Yeah, the easiest way to start with a template and tweak either that or let us know if you have issues with the phone number or something like that, and we can jump on a call and help you around with that.
Yeah, I was on the support link. I requested that, never heard back, and just was wondering how I
Yeah.
can kind of get to that next level.
No, we're going to reach out to you. Right now we're expanding the support team so we can reach to everyone. But yes, we'll reach out to you. What's your email? So
It's GUS at msasagency.com.
All right. Okay. If you can write it also in the chat, so I'm sure I wrote it correctly, it would be helpful. Thank you.
Okay, doing that now. Thank you so much, guys.
Ben.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Is it possible to bill usage in a different currency?
Right now, no, from what I know. Correct, Albert?
Okay.
Sorry, was that a question regarding?
Can we bill in a different currency?
Not yet, but yeah, we were actually thinking to introduce that. Yeah, in fact, we will take that on our roadmap for the next week.
What currency are you interested into, Ben?
Euro or British pound.
All right. No.
Another question: can you take payment over the phone, or even like send a payment link, or is it possible for the call agent to kind of take payments?
To take payments? No, right now, no.
Okay. And the last one is, it's still just English for now, or will there be new languages coming out soon?
Yeah, there will be new languages coming. I can't give you an ATA on that, but the first languages that will come, there will be German, Spanish, French, and Arabic.
Okay, perfect. That's great. Thanks for your help.
Thank you. Yes, please. Michael.
Okay, so I had a couple of questions on the whole Teams thing there, and maybe I missed the answer in the chat, but it seemed like there are a few questions around the transfer process between one assistant to another, and if you had a way to manipulate that, if you will. So the dialogue that the agent uses, or what that transfer process looks like between one or the other. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah, so this is basically the first version, but the next iteration will give many more customization options. And you'll be able to set those parameters also.
So maybe somewhere in like the configuration, you could say, this is what I want the agent to say, or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like
Or not.
yeah, yeah.
Got it.
We're open to also to your feedback, Michael. You can send us the bullet points. What would you like to have, and we'll have a look to make sure we didn't miss anything. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you, Ben. Other questions? Meanwhile, I'm looking the chat for multiple questions. So no more questions. The roadmap on the features.
When is the Teams feature going to be available to all the sub accounts?
It's live.
It's live now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's live for sub accounts. It will be available starting next week, earliest this weekend. And what we are also planning shortly to release the phone numbers for sub accounts, the reselling option of phone numbers. Yeah.
Thank you, Albert. Brian?
Yeah, so I see on the roadmap number 10, Black Label Agency Plan, and then also cloning your own voice. So cloning your own voice, can we not do that through like 11 Labs and then put that in there, or?
Yes, you can do that. You would clone your voice on 11 Labs and you bring your 11 Labs account, but then you would have to pay separately for 11 Labs and then it's extra cost. And you also don't have access to some of our features on 11 Labs because we're on a higher tier with them, enterprise level, and we have more advanced ways of some features and cloning it. Yeah, but you can already bring your voice if you had it cloned on 11 Labs. Yeah.
So right now, you guys, this is on the roadmap. When is that feature going to be live? Possibly.
So we have V1 of this, but it's not so great. But as I said, you can go here under our integrations and bring your 11 Labs API key, and you will have your own voice already.
Okay.
All these features are available for all those plans, including the agency plan?
Yes, mainly for agency plan.
Not for the basic one, right? The 25 one.
Basic one as well.
Yes.
The one feature that is not available for the basic one is the workflow build.
Okay.
Yeah.
That one.
Thank you.
And then going back to the second question about the Black Label agency, I mean, are you guys providing any information on that right now? Is that available?
No, that's not available yet. It's still in work on drawing table, let's say. But yeah, it's something that is quite requested, and we want to release as soon as possible. But no more details than that. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Brian. Scott, you had your hand raised.
Yeah, it was just to see if you guys noticed how much it costs for 11 Labs, because like we have our own voices in 11 Labs right now, and we were going to create our own library of clone voices. So do you? I'm trying to break it down in my billing, but do you know like an estimated price on how much they charge per? I guess it's kind of, it's hard to do per minute because it's not, sometimes the user is talking, sometimes the AI is talking, but you guys have like a rough range just so when we do the rebilling for clone voices?
For clone voices on 11 Labs right now, or on
Yeah,
our
like if we were to bring our own 11 Labs and have our own clone voices, do you know roughly how much that is?
I actually have no clue right now how much it costs.
Because what we're doing is, for the voices that are already in there on your guys's, if they're going to use those voices in the sub account, we bill them a lower price per minute, but then a higher price per minute if they're using our voice collection. Oh yeah. See, I was going there. It was just I didn't know if you guys had something in the back end where you're like, yeah, it's a few cents or it's 10 cents,
No, I think they have a requiring subscription that you need. It's not paying per minute or something like that. It's not increasing from what I know. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because we have a higher plan, so I think there's a certain amount included and stuff like that. So yeah, I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Just seeing if you guys had like an estimated, but
Thank you, Scott. Please, any other questions? Raise your hand or write directly into the chat, and we can tackle that. And we also have Sasun on our site right now. Have more questions about the roadmap.
Hi.
Hey, Cyril, please.
Yes. To understand better, if I have a Go High Level account already, how will this help me if I don't want to cancel my account and join your Go High Level?
Sorry, can you repeat? You have a Go High Level right now and you want to cancel it?
No, I'm asking, can I still use your service?
You can use our service without Go High Level, if that's the question.
Without Go High Level?
Yes, it's not mandatory. You can use it with Zapier or with our own workflow builder, which is included in the price for other pricing tiers except the starter one. And you can build workflows here instead of Go High Level. So it's not mandatory. It just happens that some of our users are really good Go High Level users.
Okay, and what's the cost of this?
For the workflow builder or for Go High Level?
For this application.
For our application? Sorry.
Yeah.
So you can go into our pricing tiers, and we have like 4 pricing tiers. The starter one is 29, and then we have 450, 900, and 1,400 for the agency. But for all 3 of those, it has included the workflow builder, the native workflow builder.
Okay, agency 1,400.
Yeah, I can paste here the link into the chat. You can check it. Thank you.
The workflow builder is not high level, right?
No, workflow builder is our own solution. So it does automations like other tools like Zapier and other stuff. Let me just go through it quickly.
Yeah.
So it's our own, I don't know what agent I chose, but
basically our own in-app Zapier, but you do not pay extra
exactly.
you do not pay extra for your usage, basically. It
Yes.
comes, yeah.
And we have most of biggest CRMs here that you can integrate with, HubSpot, Salesforce, and so on. It really depends on what you're planning to do, Pipedrive, and so on. So you can get quite a lot with this one.
High level, if I sign up for high level as a CRM, then I can use these two in sync as well, right?
Yeah, this one connects also to high level. If you write lead connect here,
yeah,
write a lead connect. These are all the high level integrations.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Sarubach, sorry if I pronounce your name correctly.
Saurabh. So for this workload, do you also have Zapier here or on the high level?
We also have a native Zapier solution. Let me see if I have an open link here.
Yeah, it's in the Zapier, but not through your workflow, right?
Yes, no, but I think you, 1 second. Let me go back to the correct one. So yeah, I don't think we have Zapier here directly.
No.
It's through Zapier where we have a look.
No, this is an alternative to Zapier.
So one.
Yeah.
So one other thing I'm struggling with right now. So I have two agents. One is outbound, one is inbound, for the same reason. But for the inbound one, I cannot look up the the person's name who's calling if I have it already in my record, right? How do I look up people's name if I have it in my Zapier table?
In your Zapier table, you have to do a search for that name. So for example, you take the inbound call.
But can I do it in real time when I get a call, inbound call?
For inbound call, you cannot do it because you cannot pass it as a variable, which on outbound you can do that. But no, on
yeah,
inbound,
that's what I'm.
No, on inbound you cannot do it.
So you want to capture the name of who's calling, correct?
No, he wants to push it the name directly the inbound as a variable, so he can know which customer is calling. Correct?
Yes.
Yes. So it's not possible for now.
Okay. Yeah, the one way I found out is like as soon as somebody calls, I had to say, okay, I'll call you back, hang up, and then look up the table and
Yeah, I know it's a bit inconvenient, but we're looking for a solution on that for sure.
And so you have contacts somewhere. What is that? I just saw it somewhere in the system that you guys have contacts that you can like import or use if somebody's calling built in.
We have contacts. Sorry,
do you have like yeah, do you have any contacts like you can save contacts onto your system?
Sorry, I didn't.
Yeah, so like, do you have like, can I have contacts already pre-filled into the system? Can I save contacts in the system? So if somebody's calling, there's no internal
like a
lookup.
CRM, you cannot save contacts directly. You only have our call logs here where you can send this one. Let me go to the other one. Yeah, so here you have the call history and you can see the calls that happened.
Yeah. Okay.
This is the only way you like save them. Yeah, you have the transcript, the recording. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Nick?
Hey, how's it going? So far, overall, phenomenal meeting, I just want to say. I just have two questions. One, my partner wasn't able to hop on this meeting. I know you recorded this. Would you be able to send me that recording after?
Yes, everyone will receive the recording.
Okay, awesome. Second question, I have a client that's interested, and his big question is, I said, let me talk to my partner about this, which is you. My question is, if they have a phone system, let's say when they call in, it's an inbound call, and it has like press option 1 for this, press option 2 for this. And then now that we're having sub agents, are we able to set that up? Or if it's an outbound call, let's say we cold call someone with the bot, and will the bot know how to click through option 1, 2, 3, and 4 and auto dial based on?
Oh, so your question is if it can navigate an IVR?
Yeah.
That's the second question I understood, but the first question I didn't understood correctly. The first part of the question. So basically, right now with the assistant teams, you can set up like an IVR automated with assistants. But on the second question, part of the question, if the agents can navigate through the IVR, the answer is no, not now, actually.
Okay, will that be something coming through soon?
Yeah, it's on our roadmap, but I don't have a clear ATA just to tell you like in a couple of weeks.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the black label solution, what's the timeline for that? Because that's phenomenal.
Yeah, this should happen most likely next month for sure. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. You got a lot of other people in this meeting. I don't want to hog it up. So you and me, Alex, we can have a call later this week or next week when you're free, and we can touch base again.
Yeah, thank you very much, Nick.
Okay, absolutely, brother.
Regarding the IVR, I think it should be possible to, if you hack the prompt a bit, kind of, but yeah, so yeah, but there is no exact solution.
That's actually a good idea, Albert.
Yeah, but the agent teams themselves, it's like a better the evolution of IVR, where the user doesn't really need to press anything and the agent can make the decision on their own, kind of, during the conversation.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, so we're almost at the end of the meeting. Do you have any? Oh, Brian, please.
So I was wondering, because you we're showing the screen right here with the calls and then the transcripts, can the assistants not access via the number and the prior transcript where the caller identified who they were, and thus now it readily knows who it is, or almost like a caller ID as they're calling in, for example, it knows who it is because it has a previous transcript that has already addressed who the human interface is.
Yes, so Albert just wrote that into the chat because I seen you post the same question. Not yet, but soon after we release our RAG feature, which will be able to pull information out of a CRM and just knows that the customer is that one. Yeah.
Exactly. So as soon as we release the knowledge base feature, you would be able to connect or inject all the past conversations and transcripts, and this would be used for the future conversations.
Okay. And then the other question that I did have was, I posted in the chat, but I don't know if it got lost in there, because I have like 7 Go High Level numbers already. So am I able to utilize this integrated with those numbers?
It's a lead connector, I presume, no?
Yes.
There are 2 answers to this. First answer is no, because Go High Level doesn't allow us to integrate with lead connector. We tried it. And the second answer is there might be a way around if you get your auth key from them and you can move the phone numbers into Twilio. But this is more tricky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the third answer to that is they don't like to do that. So
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, they don't like it. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
I had one more question.
Please.
Sometime in the calls, even though I'm only dialing within US, it says call failed, and it's not able to give me any reason. Specifically, if the number starts like 8 or 9 or something like that, it thinks it's a different country, even though it's +1.
If you go here into any log and you see here the response, you should be able to see why the reason of the error. Right now,
it just shows failed.
It shows failed here, but here it should say something else. Let me see if I have an example.
Yeah, but if you encounter, so we generally have all possible error handlings in place. But if you encounter anything, just send us the call ID.
I can just send you the number or caller ID.
Yeah, Alex, maybe you can show where to find the call ID.
Yes. So
Yeah, I know. I have the call IDs. Okay, I can send you the call IDs.
look how it looks right now. So you see here,
Yeah.
you have the failed, you click
Yeah.
here and you see the error. It explains a bit
Actually,
why the
no,
error happened.
so out there, I'm seeing response call okay, but it's showing failed.
All right. Okay, so the status. All right. Okay.
Status is failed, but response is call okay.
All right. We need to investigate that for sure. You need to send the call IDs.
I'll send you the call IDs. It was 3 or 4 different numbers that is happening to you. I'll send it to you. Thank you.
Yeah.
What's the best email to reach out to you guys?
Let me write it here. It's alex@synthflow.ai. Wrote it in the chat. All right. I think we can wrap it out. Thank you very much for coming. Hope you did enjoy the presentation, and everyone will receive this recording, and see you next time, probably in 2 or
Alex,
3 weeks.
Alex, if you don't mind, one quick question. Is there a way for us to like 100? I want to make 100 calls, and it tell me if it goes to a voicemail, and if it doesn't go to voicemail, maybe provide some information, right? So is that feature there today? Like I can make a bulk call with these agents?
You can make a bulk call. You need to have like an automation tool that you use that. So for example, you can do batch calling with Zapier if you're not using Go High Level. You can do batch calling with Go High Level as well, or even with our solution. I'll record a demo on that. But for doing batch calls on Zapier, we have a guide here that you can follow. So you'll be able to do this. What I really want to let you know is that please don't trigger like 100 calls per second, because Twilio will flag you as a spammer. So a safe range is between 30 and 60 calls per second, just so you know. All right. Thank you very much, guys. It was a pleasure. Yeah. Talk to you. Bye.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Yes, Henry.
Thanks, everyone. It's a pleasure here.
Thank you.
So I wanted to ask something, right? So in the batch agents, if I have my agents calling a lot of numbers, right? And a few calls don't go through, can it automatically call back after a certain period of time?
No, that feature is not available. So for example, if the user didn't pick up, so to start recalling them, no?
Yeah, you can do it with the workflow builder. You have the delay actions there, so you can set up. And you also have if conditions, so you can set up this.
I don't know how to do that.
What we will do regarding the workflow builder, we are currently in the process of creating templates. So in future, you will simply look for the template you want, such as this one, and just copy from it.
So it'd be kind of like a callback feature. When it shows call failed or dropped, it'll just be like a callback feature in the workflow, correct?
Yeah, exactly. So if the status is failed, no, status is not picked up, right? And yeah, you can properly.
Sorry, that's what I meant. Like no answer. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. No answer. Yeah, so and you can incorporate the delay also, and after the delay, you can call again.
Right. Thank you very much.
Do you guys need the phone number as well, or just a caller ID? In
The call ID and the model ID would help also if you have that.
Mobile number, you mean? Yeah.
No, the model ID. Is
model ID. Okay.
Yes, in the header of the agent.
Okay, will do. Thank you.
Right. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.